The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, a mini review by Tarimo6. Hello everybody, I'm back again, and we're off. Yes, this is the start of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and I'm going to tell you very, very little about the actual, well, about what you see, about the actual game itself. I'm going to tell you very little. I've deliberately not recorded things so that you can. Oh my Jesus! What the? Yep, that made me jump. First time I saw that, I did indeed jump. Yep, you are. Well, here's the synopsis I'm going to give you. You're a psychic detective, and you can use your psychic powers to find clues to things that may or may not have happened. Possibly. Yeah, I'm going to be as deliberately as vague as that, because that's about as much vagary as you get from the actual story when it starts. But when it starts, oh my god, what a start. Look at this starting location. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. The scene this sets, the mood, the atmosphere, just how it, just look at it all. It's phenomenally good. As an opening section to a game, when you've got really no idea what the heck's going on, this is a really, really nice, emotive. Look at that view. You get plenty of views like that throughout the game. But this opening section sets a mood and a tone for what should be a really fantastic, interesting, different, interactive adventure. And Astronauts have done a fantastic job in making a world that you want to go and investigate in. They've done a brilliant job of this opening section, the mist rolling through the trees, the forest setting, the railroad tracks, this strange traps that keep appearing for no apparent reason. I don't know why at this point, but using your psychic powers, as you can see, something's forming. Now, not all puzzles are solved this way. There are a number of puzzles in the game, but you don't need to be a member of Mentor to solve them, because I've done this game, so I can tell you that. But just look at this game. Just look at this opening section. It really, really, really is just something to behold. Ah, nice view. This is the kind of thing that you'll get in this game. Views like that, where it's possibly modelled on a real place. I'm almost sure it is, or it's somewhere that the people at Astronauts have visited to make that kind of view. For those who need to know, this game was running at full resolution. Yep, full HD resolution, everything turned on, all the settings on to maximum, and it just ran fine and dandy. No problems with it at all, no stuttering, no graphical issues, nothing. It just all ran just fine. Unfortunately, due to the good old YouTube compression and the compression of the video I had to do to fit all this in, you can't really tell that, but what you can see looks pretty damn neat, I would say. And you were not going to be able to read that letter, and you're not going to be able to read the text, and you're not going to be able to hear the voiceover either, which is a good thing, because that means you can go and play this game and decide for yourself whether this is the kind of game that you would like to see more of or you would like to play. I say interactive story. It's a bit difficult to put a finger on exactly what kind of game this is. No, it's not Dear Esther where you just walk around and you get some voiceover from time to time. You do have things to do, you do have puzzles to solve, you do have to use your psychic ability in interesting ways to solve certain puzzles, and of course you get screenshot moments and screensaver moments like that one. Like I said, it's difficult to put my finger on this kind of game, because there's been quite a few games of this type where you walk around, you find a few items, you solve a few puzzles, and they all look not quite as nice as this, using the Unreal Engine, probably one of the latest Unreal Engines, I would have thought. How to review this kind of game? It's a difficult one, because like I said, for this kind of interactive story, or story-driven interactive adventure, I would like to have seen a lot more story, a lot more things to find, a lot more either clues or a lot more backstory items to characters you may or may not meet along the way. I'm trying to give away nothing here, obviously. There is a lack of that in the game, which doesn't really spoil it so much, but it would have helped to fill the game out a lot more if going off the beaten track had rewarded you. But it does suffer from the Destiny syndrome. What do I mean by Destiny syndrome? Does it mean it's going to get crap reviews? Nope. What it actually means is there's glass walls everywhere. By glass walls, I mean you can walk to places and then suddenly, can't walk anymore. No, you can't go any further. Like, this is the Unreal Engine. I'm sure it allows you to swim. I'm sure it allows you to do other things like walk down a pathway that's obviously there, or walk off a rock onto the pathway that's just below you. But no, there's plenty of glass walls to stop you going too far. Don't get me wrong, you can spend hours and hours, if you so desire, just walking around this section here. If you want to, you can do. The game doesn't push you along. There's no sense of urgency. There's no deaths in the game. Don't need to worry about that. You're just finding out the story as you go along of what's happened to Ethan. Mostly about what's happened to everybody else, as well as Ethan. Damn. I've just given a little bit away there, but you'll see as you play it. There's moments like this. You probably can't see it very well on the video, but those are ferns and that hot frond action going on them ferns. They look realistic when you walk past them. Little flies buzz up around you, and it's a nice little touch. You can walk through this forest for a long time, like I've said, and nothing happens, and that's probably part of the problem. Nothing happens and you don't find anything. However, there are certain parts of this game that do have some wonderful, surreal, childlike moments of just utter madness. But unfortunately, again, they're few and far between. It's very spurring on that. You come across some things and it leads you down thinking this game is going to be like X, and it's not at all. And about halfway through the game you will suss out what's going on. But this is a kind of example of things you can find. When you find something that you can inspect or interact with, it'll show you. But for the most part you will find next to nothing. However, if you enjoy this kind of game, like the look of it, and want to give it a go, my advice, give it a try. 6 to 8 hours to kill, there's worse things you could do. Anyway, until the next one, see ya.